Thanks, listeners. You're joining us for another edition of our radio show, Elko Live, with community news and local issues. And as we do once a month, it's already time to catch up again with our Elko Area Chamber of Commerce Chamber Director, our Chamber CEO, Billy Crapo. And thank you so much, Billy, for bringing us all this exciting news today.
Thank you for having me. It feels like I was just here last week.
And that's what a summer will do, full of special events. I guess we've just been nonstop almost every weekend.
Nonstop. And then I was looking at my schedule and I'm like, I'm already looking at August stuff. I was like, wow. Yeah. Kids back to school, all the stuff. So summer has been going by too quickly.
Well, hopefully the other thing that's going by quickly are ticket sales for Sherman dinner, and we're going to talk about that too. This is so unusual because this is not how we usually start our Elko Live programs, but I do have some news that in fact, when your boss calls you and said, no, I want to make sure that the news comes from you, that Elko Broadcasting Company emeritus owner Paul Gardner, who it's still our family-owned radio station. He's since sold the station to his nephew Tyler Gunter, but Paul Gardner and our Spring Creek broadcaster Mike Nordstrom, he's the voice of the Spring Creek Spartans for play-by-play sports. They were involved in a single-engine aircraft mishap this morning, mid-morning at the Elko Regional Airport. Now, they both walked away, so that's always the best news of all. They have lacerations. They're being examined now at the Northeastern Nevada Regional Hospital, where they were taken by ambulance at about mid-morning. This happened at the Elko Regional Airport. It is a single engine, so a small aircraft. It is going to be investigated, so nothing I have to say about this is by any means part of a formal investigation, but from what I understand, it was a heat-related incident. So it's difficult to achieve altitude in the heat, apparently, Billy. So they're in the short runway, so pilots, anybody familiar with the airport, you're going to know the vicinity. Again, Paul Gardner injured, Mike Nordstrom injured, but with comparatively minor injuries, because of the consequence of something like this. They both walked away, which is really important to know. They are being treated for those lacerations, and the aircraft is significantly damaged. I think it's fair to say too, Billy. So
yes, but as long as they're going to be okay, things can be replaced.
Absolutely.
People cannot, so.
Yes. So that's the first thing. So now that I've gotten the shock out of my system,
it's like kind of made my heart pound.
I'm so sorry, Billy.
So I'm glad that they're okay, and prayers for quick healing for both of them.
Yes, thanks, Billy. And I briefed her just briefly before we went. I said, by the way, I got to fold this into our chamber news, because the boss called me from the emergency room and said, I want to make sure you report on this story. I said, oh, okay. All right. We got you, Paul.
Oh, so, Paul, always working.
He's always working. Yes. And he's been a pilot for some time.
Yes.
So again, this is the first type of incident or mishap in this case. So moving on, we were talking about Sherman dinner, which is just about a week away.
Yeah, we're looking at July 29th. And so we're super excited. Ticket sales have been going extremely well. We're working on having almost 200 people in attendance, and so I was very excited. One of our biggest accomplishments, I feel like, was getting new people that have never attended, different businesses purchasing tables, and so it's new people coming. Great Basin College will be attending with 2 tables this year. They have a whole group of people coming, and so we just had the announcement from President Helens that she will be retiring next year, and so maybe this is part of her farewell to the community, is starting to come out to some events and get to see her. So I was very excited to have Great Basin College joining us again. But we're really excited. Luciano's will be catering the event, and we have Giddy Garden that will be doing our bar area. If you are looking for anybody to hire, she comes in and sets up and does all of the bartending for you. She's not a bar. She doesn't have it's not a mobile bar. She doesn't do all the alcohol. You provide the alcohol. She's your bartender. And so we're really excited to have Kinsey Compton with us as well. But we do have, of course, sponsors. With any event, you always have to appreciate your sponsors that help us run the event. So we have Nevada Gold Mines, Kinross Bald Mountain, Maverick Casino and Hotel, CC Communications, Orla Mining, and Next Home Infinity Realty. So we also have some brand new sponsors this year too. So different business stepping up and helping us out. So it's really exciting.
You know, I have to say, Billy, anytime I've been to either a recent chamber event or, you know, you have the business before as well as business after hours, which we're going to talk about, but that's really the recurring theme. So many new faces, so many new people and entrepreneurs. And,
Absolutely.
And people that are now running legacy businesses. As I mentioned, Elko Broadcasting Company, still a family-owned radio station, several radio stations, but a lot of changes.
Yeah, so good changes. And we're like I said, we're seeing different businesses step up that really want to support and be part of the chamber. And so we're continuously growing and doing extremely well. We have some different things this year. Kinross donated a mule deer tag for Unit 144. So we will have that we can be auctioning off. So if you're one of the people that did not draw a tag this year, you could come to Sherman Dinner and possibly win one, which would be awesome.
That's a highlight.
We have guns, Blackstones, Traegers, grills. We have 4 tickets to a Boise State football game. We have some things like that, patio furniture, Yeti coolers. And we also will be doing the money machine. So we have the money machine, and we will be giving away up to $3,000 in chamber checks in our little money machine too, which is super fun. Last year was our first year doing it. So you can buy raffle tickets for a chance to do it, and then we'll auction off a chance to be in there as well. So just a little extra thing that we're adding to the event. So
keeps it exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to have probably a little over 20 live auction items. We're going to have around 10 silent auction items and about 60 raffles. So the community was very generous.
And speaking of generosity, it's important that we're generous because this is the only fundraiser that the chamber does for itself, right? For upkeep and maintenance.
Yes, and so every single penny that is raised that evening goes to the maintenance and restoration of Sherman Station. And so we have some big projects we're looking at. Roofs over the outbuildings. We do have repairs on the barn, repairs on railings and porches that are some of those are just safety issues, so we'll have those. We're looking at some concrete work that needs to be done. We're also looking at repairs on the windows and on the window seals that need to be fixed. We do have Kinross and First Majestic, some of their crew was coming in to do some volunteer work, in-kind donations to do some of those repairs tomorrow. So it's always nice to have people on your board that'll step up and help out on those kind of things as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful complex of historic log buildings. Those are hand-hewn logs that were harvested from the Ruby Mountains, and then those buildings were relocated from about 60 miles away. So It's an impressive feat just by itself.
Absolutely. And a couple weekends ago, I work on Saturday mornings, so the chamber's open from 8 to noon during Farmers Market. The Farmers Market is doing extremely well behind our building, and we're always pleased to have them. But the Walther family had their annual family reunion, and so they were out in Lamoille, but I got to meet, his name is Newell Walther, and his grandpa was Harold Walther, which was one of the children of Valentine and Sophie Walther. So his great great grandpa was was one of their children, and so he was in there and checking all things and telling me a little bit more about the family and signing our book and all that kind of thing. So we always love it when family comes in. And then that next day we had some other family members that more distant than that came in as well to take photos of the building and kind of see the history of it as well. And it's always interesting when we get family members coming in.
Oh, yeah. And that, again, that's that building, those buildings belong to us. We're the stewards of them. Mm-hmm. So we're caretaking the history as well as the physical property.
Absolutely.
And that's the Chamber of Commerce headquarters. Mm-hmm. And then Tom Lester was in a week or so ago, and he talked about the significance of having that as the Elko Visitor Center, too.
Absolutely. They're technically the visitor center that gets the tourism dollars, but they take such good care of us and provide us all of the information, and they still get people over there, but the majority of the people come to the chamber because it's just an unusual and lovely building, and we're able to give out a lot of information, a lot of the information that we wouldn't be able to publish ourselves, and so it's a great camaraderie with the convention center. they take very good care of the chamber.
And that's an important point, too. Again, we're talking about the significance of the Sherman Dinner as a fundraiser next Saturday. Reserve tickets now. But the Chamber is a nonprofit organization,
Yes.
and you're only as strong as your membership and the contributions you've been describing.
Yes, and so it's always important to have those relationships with other businesses in the town and other organizations, and so we can help them, they can help us, and we're here for the businesses, but of course we rely on them as well.
And isn't this chamber one of the oldest in the state?
It is the oldest one in the state of Nevada, which is surprising, but we were established in 1907.
Oh, that's something to be so proud of.
Yeah, and there was a few years that they that it wasn't open for a while, and I don't know all the history of that, but then they were back again.
Could have been the Depression or something.
It makes
Could have
sense
been.
to me, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I know one year, Jan Peterson sent me an article about the chamber in the 1950s. Harry Bartlett was the president of the chamber at that time, and there was an article in there because there was a women's organization that wanted to join the chamber, and they were not allowed because women-owned businesses were not allowed to be a member of the chamber.
Oh, I'm just shrinking in my chair.
I know
but
it.
Hopefully that
And
came-
now it's
Yeah.
totally ran by women right now.
Exactly. Guess what? Sorry, Harold? Yeah.
Harold Bartlett.
It must
So,
be
yeah.
rolling over
Yeah,
in his...
so he's like, what are all those women doing there? But,
Well, they're doing a wonderful job, in fact, so thank goodness.
so I got a kick out of that.
Well, in fact, too, our Elko area chamber inspires and also lifts up new businesses, entrepreneurs. I was chatting with someone, and she's, not ready to go public with everything yet, but I'm so excited for this business that she's looking at creating, and I think we probably know who we're talking about, but she gets a lot of support, from the business community because of her chamber relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's one of those things that you don't have to be a chamber member to attend our events. You can go there, you connect with people. And we've had a lot of people that weren't members that came to events and eventually became members in the same type of a situation, eventually opened their own business. And the first thing they did was like, we know everything you do, you're important, and have joined the chamber as well. And so we're pretty excited about when we get people coming in that we didn't have to go out and try to get them to join the chamber. They just come in, they're like, we're here to join.
And I guess a family-owned business is going to be hosting your business after hours tonight, right? Another legacy business.
Absolutely. So Neff's Diesel Repair will be hosting this evening, and they have, not recently, but it's been a while, but they have moved over. They purchased the Elko Daily Free Press building. So Elko Daily's still there in the front part of it, and then Neff's is in the back of it. So at 3724 East Idaho Street, they have a whole thing planned. Great giveaways that they're going to be doing. Dos Amigos will be catering. Old Timey Ice Cream will be doing dessert. And the Giddy Garden, Kinsey Compston, will be there doing the bar as well. And so I always love that it's not just one business, but it's 4 chamber members coming together to put on a wonderful event.
They each do what they do best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a connection now for all of them. So we're really excited, but Jeremy has some good stuff planned out there. And so it's a chance for people to see their newer facility and see all the different services that they provide.
And I'm glad that you mentioned too, it's 5:30, come as you are. You can again bring, I don't know, do people still do business cards?
They do.
Good,
You know,
okay,
and
because
they'll
I
bring
have
them in.
my business cards, yeah.
And they will, and then you can enter the drawing, and we do business cards. If you come tonight and it's your first time ever being there, you can put your name in, and you can win a $25 chamber check. And if you're a chamber member business, you can put your business card in there for a drawing as well, and we give a 1-month banner advertising ad on our website.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a few $100 value, but it's one of those things, and we've had different organizations that have won them and that have donated them to nonprofits. So we've been able to do things for the Elks and things for the Lions and different. So it works out nicely.
Oh, good. It's just a way to keep that those relationships going, and then to support someone who's maybe up and coming, and or as you said, a nonprofit. We have lots of nonprofits who are chamber members too. And I'm glad you mentioned the Elko Daily Free Press, because a mutual friend of ours was telling me about a big announcement that came from the paper on Monday about Jeff Mullins. Yeah,
So,
he's announced his retirement as editor, and Jeff has been a friend and a colleague, someone that I have respected and admired and appreciated for a few decades.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, but I'm just, I'm so happy for Jeff. And it's the newspaper was a family-owned newspaper for many, many years, couple of generations, and now is in the hands of, I think, Lee
Enterprise.
Lee Enterprise. And so a lot of changes in newspaper, but again, just as important to support digitally, to buy hard, we call them hard copies, but we've got the newspaper, a stack of them out front here at the studio right now because of the Elko PopCon, and one of our colleagues was on the front page is Frankie.
Yes.
So thank you, Jeff. He was there covering that event, so I'm glad he's not retiring till September.
Yeah, so he still I kind of thought maybe because Nancy wasn't there anymore, Nancy Street's retired, maybe he thought it wasn't as fun anymore without Nancy.
I think that's absolutely why Jeff Mullins is retiring, because nothing is as fun without Nancy.
No.
Yes. we're
So
lucky.
she, almost every Friday, she texts me, "It's Friday." But then she's like, "Every day's my Friday."
Yes.
I'm like, Nancy.
And here she's trying to encourage you to retire, I'm sure. But
I know. I got a minute.
All right, you got a minute. Good.
but
Happy for
yeah,
us.
I get a kick out of her.
Yes,
so she's
we
still,
love her dearly.
So
Yes.
she retired and stayed in our community, and this is her home, and she does her traveling, but loves Elko.
Yep.
And still is out supporting all the things. Just donated stuff for Sherman dinner.
Oh, very nice. And I do hear that a lot about people too, Billy, that they're retiring and you think, oh, they might be moving on or their children moved away. But no, this is their home.
This is their home.
Yeah.
So that makes me happy.
Yes, me too. And we're going to continue working on that, making it a great place for everybody. I know you've got a big list today.
Yeah. So, we just have, I keep talking about my team, and my team is so great, but my team is breaking up. Tianne Stewart joined me in June, and she was born and raised here. Her family's here, but her and her husband, I can say husband now because she just recently got married, and so they had originally lived in Colorado before they moved here, and they're moving back to Colorado.
Oh, so yes.
So that makes us sad, but that's also an opportunity for somebody else to come and join our team. So I am hiring membership coordinator. It is a salaried position, but it also includes bonuses and commissions. And so if you are interested, just send me a resume at ceo@elkonevada.com. And or you can just reach out and we can help you with that information. But yes, we are definitely hiring. She will be here only until the end of the month. So she'll be here through Sherman dinner, and then they'll be getting ready to move. So if you'd like to be part of our team, we are looking for the right person.
Oh, that's exciting
Yeah.
to have that new opportunity. Wishing Tianne the best and in her new endeavor.
Yeah. So we were, like I said, we were sad for her to go, but it's exciting for them. It was a great opportunity, and so we wish them the best of luck.
All right. So call Billy Crapo, Chamber CEO. You can certainly email that resume as she suggested to ceo@elkonevada.com.
Yeah, and so I also, we do have, I'll throw out that tomorrow is Food Truck Friday. So it's in town. It's only, I don't even think it's once a month, but randomly they have the Food Truck Friday. So down where Pedro has Las Brisas over on 3rd Street on his lot. So there'll be, I think, 7 or 8 different food trucks down there. And I will give a shout out to one of our very newest members, the Iron Pig, who's going to be down there with his debut of his barbecue truck. So he's doing ribs and different things like that, and so he will be doing his soft opening, but I think it's going to be a very busy soft opening because people are pretty excited about him.
And that's right across from the Commercial Fun Center's inflatable world.
I know, they have a whole new world out there, things to do. It's just, summer's busy, so I don't know if they had for their first weekend. I think the attendance wasn't as well as they thought it would be because of the stampede was going on, but I think they'll do well. I think it's a great thing for our community, and kind of fills that void where people are like, we need things for our kids to do. Well, now there's tons of things, and they've put a lot of money and time and energy into it, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and it's all these inflatables, and it's you can cool off because there's water running through.
Yep, and they have like part of it for the younger kids. They have a splash pad, and then they have some water slides and different things as well. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that is right there, heart of downtown Elko, the commercials parking lot. We can't really do it justice describing it on the radio. You just have to go and see, because I saw when they were inflating it, and I said, what's going on? This is so exciting.
Well, initially when the fence went up, people were like, what's going on? They thought it was getting shut off, and they were closing it down and those kind of things, but it was really just for the safety of the kids, and so things didn't get destroyed in the nighttime as well. So it's just so it is a safe area for the kids. It's all fenced in, so they can't run out in the street and that kind of thing. But they have all kinds of stuff inside, video games, interactive, and things that the kids can do together. And so, take your kids. And it's not just for little ones. It's for teenagers as well.
Yeah, so you can have some fun in the sun before it's time to get back to school.
Yeah.
And it was great because Dr. Edwards has lent some of his team to help plan Elko's first annual Elko PopCon.
I know, we're really excited about this. And so is it August 18th and 19th? Is that correct? Correct. Okay. So I know that Annette has been promoting, and they've been working on different things that they can bring, that they can do events as well and bring people into the convention center and the conference center, and same thing, things for kids. And I know that there's some huge prizes for costumes. I think the main prize is like a $1,500 prize. And so I know some people that are already working on their costumes. And these are not little kids. These are grown-ups, and so there's going to be kids and adults things, and it's definitely a family event, and so it's really exciting. I think it's really exciting for Elko, something totally different.
Yes, something new and different. We're seeing a lot of support, celebrities, workshops, costume contests, creators, vendors, food trucks, and more. And Evil Ted is going to be there. He's like this masterful craftsperson who creates and designs these costumes.
I know, it's really cool.
It's a big deal.
I'm hearing the Batmobile. Yes. So it's just like all the fun things in one place.
Yes, and Elko's getting it. So
and it's exciting to have it at the convention center, because we have these great facilities, and we need to use them. We need to help support them. I know they have some payments coming up, and the more that they can get people in there, but it's not even their biggest concern is getting people into the convention center. It's just their concern is getting people into Elko and in the beds and eating at the restaurants and spending their dollars in our community, which is huge. So we're really excited for the steps that they're doing. And I know that there'll be other things coming up that they're going to be planning, and concerts that they've been trying to do, and things like that too. So I think we'll see some fun things happening there. I know that Chip Stone has Williams and Ree coming into town, and I can't remember the dates on that, but he does have Williams and Ree coming to the convention center for a show as well.
I think it is September or October.
I think it's in the fall for sure. So I know it's on Facebook, but that's exciting as well. So
that is
some different things that we can get into our community.
Yep, we're all looking forward to helping support. You can find out more at their website, exploreelko.com. And and again, just these great partnerships that you're working on with Elko Chamber CEO Billy Crapo.
And and then talking about things going on, you're a part of this as the silver,
Oh yes,
so
the spotlight, the writer spotlight. Yes.
So that was started last night. I'm hearing really good things about it.
Oh, good.
And it'll go through the 22nd at the museum. Starts at 7:00, $10. So we have 3 different writers. Is that correct?
Yes, 3 local writers, 3 local playwrights: Savannah Flores, Curtis Moore, and Gail Rappa.
I know, and so I've heard great things. And I will say, Curtis Moore, his sister, that is Katie, that works at my front desk.
Oh, that's Katie. Oh my goodness. And then his dad, Irv, is in the play.
So Irv is amazing.
Isn't he amazing?
Yes, he's such a lovely person, and so he was really excited. So I'm hoping to make it over to see that as well. And so
7 o'clock at
7
the
o'clock
museum.
at the museum. And once again, you get to use the museum, which has the coolest theater and the floor spin and all the things. And so I love that. I love that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, it's so nice. Silver Stage Players, they are, along with the Chamber, the oldest continuous performing theater group in the state.
Yep.
And they put together this amazing show in about a month's time because they really wanted to highlight these writers who submitted these one-act plays. And then they're going to go right into Poe and Pints auditions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. So they have the Poe and Pints edition coming up. Overland Stage is back.
Oh, that's right. They're doing Matilda.
Matilda. So they just joined the Chamber. They rejoined the Chamber. They had a little pause, and they're back. And so they're working on Matilda right now. And so that will be August 17th, 18th, 19th, right around in those 3 days. The Elko High School Theater is working on Adventures of Alice in Wonderland, August 11th. And so the performing arts are just stepping up, and we have so many cool things.
Yes, so much to choose from. So really do your part. If you can, do support. Go to at least one, but as many of the productions. Go to all of them. I know that they work really hard to complement schedules so that they're not competing. Because the more live local events that we can support, Billy, that's the way that we're going to preserve those events for the future. Because,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really nice to showcase local talent.
And it's important. It's really important for our community. And the way those shows will continue is if we're supporting them.
Yes. So please do support your local theater, support your art galleries, Western Folklife Center. I know the Weekend Gallery has ongoing exhibits. Great Basin College. I think they have the drumming circle is tomorrow in the amphitheater,
Yes.
GBC at 1 o'clock.
I think it's right around in there, yes.
Okay. Yes. And that's free and open to everybody. So that's part of that mental healing initiative too.
So many things going on. I will I'll put my DBA hat back
Please
on
do.
because now I'm back on the board of directors for the DBA. So we will be having another margarita walk, which is a pirate theme, on August 12th. So put on your favorite pirate costume and join us. We will have photo contests, and that's down at Lost Your Empire. They do the photos down there, and so you could win. The winner wins tickets to another wine walk for the season. So that's going on. We are in the process right now of planning ghost tours, which will be in October. So the last couple weekends in October, it'll be through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll have 6 shows going on for that. And then we are also working on Snowflake Festival, which will be the second Saturday. So there should be a poll going out we're trying to get a theme. So we're asking the community's thoughts and ideas on a theme for the event and for the parade. So of course there will be the Parade of Lights. So we are looking for some input from the community. And we also are hiring at the DBA as well for an events coordinator. And so they're the person that's in charge of planning the wine walks and getting the volunteers and the Snowflake Festival and ghost tours and those kind of things, and then helping with social media and website. And it's a part-time job, 20 hours. It is required that you work the wine walk, so it's like one Saturday a month, not too much, but the majority of it can just be done from home.
Very nice.
If there's somebody that wants to work from home, it's a perfect position for you. So you can go to elkodba.org, or it's elkodowntown.org, and I think there's more information on there and the contact information. So they are accepting resumes and applications right now. So we are looking for, like I said, coordinator part-time, probably no more than 20 hours a week, depending on event time.
Okay, so if that's something, and again, we opened the program by talking about all the new people in our community. So if you're new, you know someone new. I just met like a couple. We were at the dog park, and here's this cute couple because they're just young. They're with their dog. They'd moved from Missouri only a couple months ago, and he works for Endow. And I thought, well, thank goodness we have brand new young people coming here because they want to be here. So
I love that.
Me too.
So that's perfect. We'll throw out that our business before hours in August is on August 10th, and it'll be hosted by the Star Hotel.
Really?
We've never been able to do a business after hours there because
they're so busy.
That's their busy time. And so they're going to host business before hours. So come have breakfast with us at the Star. How often do you hear that?
Never. That's great.
Yeah. So Scotty and his crew will be hosting that. They'll be talking about their events and the catering that they do as well, and menus and that kind of thing. And so we're pretty excited. They are now doing the breakfast burritos for Mud Hut. So if you buy a breakfast burrito at Mud Hut, they are made by the Star.
Oh, nice. And I know that I've gone to Roy's, which I love to run to Roy's, downtown Elko, and you can grab a loaf of their French bread sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they supply some French bread too.
Yeah, so they have that down there. Also at Roy's, they have wonderful salsa. If you don't know
That's
that, they
right.
have homemade salsa right there at Roy's.
And you know what else they have at Roy's that's local is Ophelia's flowers.
Yes, they have the flowers back again.
I know.
And those are so beautiful.
They're so pretty. And I run in there and think, oh, they're almost all gone. They're so popular.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
And I love supporting. That's also a local business. And I think, I want to say it's a mother-daughter.
I think so as
yeah.
well. And I know that she has connected with Molly Pop at Two Wild Poppies as well. And then another chamber member, Savon de la Loupe, which does the goat milk soaps and lotions and stuff. They're a member of the chamber. They're at all the farmers markets. You can buy their product at the chamber. They also are now partnering up with Molly at Two Wild Poppies as well. So you can get their product out there.
And she has hosted yoga, and she does parties, little receptions. I heard I have to get there because I knew the previous owner, longtime friends, and so I just I'd love to see what they've done with the place.
Yeah,
right?
they've done wonderful
it
things.
It looks beautiful.
And Molly put in 25 years in the dental industry, and she has finally left Any Day Dental and is solely focused on her one job, so she doesn't have to have two jobs. And so it was like, congratulations, Molly. This has been your dream to have a nursery, and so she's doing fantastic. So when you drive by the chamber and all of my beautiful pink flowers that you see out there, they are provided by Two Wild Poppies.
Oh, and thanks, Molly. She does a beautiful job because this heat is hard. And I just got to say, putting in a plug for local nurseries and, for Two Wild Poppies is that when you get something that's local, it's already been grown and hardened and it's ready. A lot of times, you'll pick up something at the grocery store or even the hardware store, and they've been trucked here, so they've already been stressed. Yeah. And I feel sad when they die. So it's definitely worth it to make the drive out to Pleasant Valley.
Definitely. And so my flowers are gorgeous.
Yes.
If you drive by, they're just beautiful.
Yeah, they are, and that's a result of growing them locally. So,
yep, definitely.
Great product.
So I know today she has a special going on there, 30% off any of her her purple flowers out there.
Aww.
So guys, she has a special. So I would highly recommend going out there. And the flowers at the Star are actually from Two Wild Poppies as well.
See, that makes sense. All those flowers that are doing so well in those downtown businesses. Cool.
Yep, definitely. So Elko Senior Olympic Games are coming up at the end of the month, so that's always exciting.
Next week?
Yeah. And then I found out that I qualify to be in the Elko Senior Olympic Games. I'm like, what?
Hey.
I'm not a senior. I'm a teenager.
Well, and at heart, I know, at heart and in my brain, yeah, certainly. But yeah, it's
50 and older. So.
Yeah, exactly, for the senior games, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. My mother-in-law loved the Senior Olympic Games. Aww. She had many trophies from Wii Bowling.
There you are.
She wasn't agile anymore, but she could Wii bowl. So it's pretty fun. They have all kinds of different things and levels.
And pickleball.
And pickleball. And, they have running and biking and those kind of things, but then they have things that are easier as well. So they have different competitions. So, yeah, check it out. They do a great job.
They do. Some of the events will take place at the Terrace at Ruby View, so head on up and tell Matt and his crew hi and let them know you listen to Elko Live.
Yeah, and then... Night at the Races, Communities and Schools, big fundraisers coming up on August 18th. And then right after that, Elko County Fair.
Wow. Yeah. It's going to be Labor Day weekend, time for the fair, 4-H livestock show and sale.
Yeah. And then, cool stuff. And the auctions and those kind of things. So it's a great week. Couple weeks, actually. Great couple weeks. And school starts on August 28th. It'll be their first time for the 4-day school week, so we'll see how that all works out. It's going to be a change and a transition, but it was a decision that was made, and so I hope everybody makes the best of it, and I hope it works out well for the students and the teachers and the community. So absolutely exciting. I think that CJ's doing a great job.
He really is. He solicits all kinds of input from the community, Billy, and really a shout out to the teachers and all the individual campuses, all the administrators, because each site has been crafting their own Friday plans. So they will have some instruction, some tutoring. They're going to do food service, not at each and every campus, but there will be food available no matter what school you go to. Transportation's still a little issue right now on that, but everybody is working so hard to make sure that every single student has an opportunity for Fridays. Yes.
Yeah, so I know that there's a lot of steps going into this, and it's a huge transition, but I think that the school district is doing those steps well.
Absolutely, Billy. And let's be patient and supportive and pitch in. Instead of standing back and lobbing water balloons, let's pitch in.
Yes, I agree. So I think those are.
That's your list. That's a good one.
Yeah, we've had a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on in the community, and so I know that the school district is also working with. They got $1 million from Nevada Gold Mines for protection at the school and safety, and so I know that they're putting in cameras and different things as well, so to make sure that the kids are safe and the students are safe and the teachers are safe and all of those kind of things. And they also are working on mental health awareness and suicide prevention, and I know that they've received some large donations from Elko Federal Credit Union for that program as well.
Right, and so has Great Basin College.
Yes.
So thank you to the Elko Federal Credit Union membership in local organizations. Again, it just strengthens your community. This is what this whole program is about, Billy.
Yes.
So we sure appreciate really when you think about how strong the chamber membership, I think when we first started doing these radio shows some time ago, there were maybe 300 or so, but you're over 700 members.
Yes, and we have strong membership.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a strong membership that supports the chamber and supports the community and supports small businesses. And so it's not just focused on the large businesses or it's everybody together working together.
You have a very diverse board.
Yes. And networking is one of our key factors to make those connections with these different businesses.
Well, thanks for helping navigate it all.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks for bringing all the cool news to the radio. Again, shouting out to our friends, and thank you for listening, everybody. And we always look forward to these conversations and get out there and have some fun, right?
Absolutely.
We're working hard to make sure you can have a good time in Elko. Well, happy summer, and we'll meet again in August.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lori.
Billy Crapo is our Elko Area Chamber CEO, our guest here on Elko Live today.